came and see me. Dad, slow down and worrying about you because, boom, he knows that I spend time with my amateurs. You know me. Both of y'all know me very well.
Yeah.
Don't I spend time with my amateurs?
Yeah.
All the time. That's my peak.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson advised Gervonta "Tank" Davis to reconsider a rematch with Lamont Roach, acknowledging Davis's strength but emphasizing the serious challenges Roach presents as a tough opponent.
Definitely going on between Calvin Ford and Gervonta Davis. Now, we all seen that knockdown in the night.
When asked if he and Gervonta "Tank" Davis were similar, Mike Tyson jokingly remarked that their only commonality might be their legal troubles. He dismissed the comparison, emphasizing that aside from legal issues, their fighting styles and careers are entirely different. His response underscores his belief that each fighter has taken a unique path in the sport.
Calvin is Calvin. You know what I mean? I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Y'all don't even know Calvin.
Gervonta "Tank" Davis responded to comparisons with Mike Tyson by expressing respect for Tyson's power and skills, but confidently stating that he has the whole package as a fighter. His statement reflects his belief in his all-around ability, and his confidence that he brings more to the ring than just knockout power.
They never separated. You know, I guess it's because of Tank's comment, because he was out. Coach Calvin was in his corner. He said, "We'll see."
Right, because it's nobody's business, but, he didn't mean anything by that,
Fact. There you go.
They forever.
After the controversial draw with Lamont Roach, Gervonta "Tank" Davis made it clear that he wants a rematch, believing it would give him the opportunity to prove his true abilities. He suggested that the first fight didn't fully showcase his skills, and his determination for another bout highlights his drive to establish himself in the lightweight division.
Right. And so I think it was maybe a lack of focus this for you and real quick shot. But nevertheless, I think that.
Some critics believe Gervonta "Tank" Davis may avoid a rematch with Lamont Roach, arguing that he has a history of not always taking the toughest fights. They point to his lack of a rematch with Ryan Garcia as an example, questioning whether he is willing to face strong challengers. This raises doubts about whether Davis is ready to risk his record and reputation against a dangerous opponent. Gervonta "Tank" Davis shared his honest opinion, stating that Mike Tyson could damage his legacy by participating in exhibition fights with internet celebrities like Jake Paul.
He's going to have Calvin in his corner this time. I think in his corner this time. I think he will have Kenny, but he's not going to have Calvin. I think that's probably going to be like an advantage for you since he's going to have somebody new in his corner, if I'm not mistaken.
Mike Tyson has praised Gervonta "Tank" Davis for his talent and potential, stating that with the right choices and consistent hard work, he could become a boxing legend. However, Tyson also warned that Davis must be mindful of his decisions, both inside and outside the ring, highlighting both his potential and the risks that could hinder his success.
Rope, always. He come to fight. I think it's a great fight. Everybody talking all that stuff about, why Roach. He signed, I took the fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for.
The fight between Lamont Roach and Gervonta "Tank" Davis was unlike Davis's usual bouts, where he often secures a knockout victory. This time, Roach displayed impressive skill and resilience, lasting all 12 rounds and forcing a controversial draw. The results showcased Roach's strength as a fighter and sparked questions about Davis's performance against top-level opponents.
Knowing the fighter, but knowing the corner too. He did tell me, he said he probably gonna come out a little harder the next round. They probably told him something. And then I guess when you go back and watch it, they did give him a little bit of like.
A top lightweight boxer shared his thoughts on the Roach versus Davis fight, stating that he always recognized Roach's skill and personally felt Roach deserved the win. His comments contribute to the debate over the fight's outcome and highlight the respect Roach has earned within the division.
Step back in the head biggest game, and I haven't been there. Was Wolfpack so much. When we first started off, and him seeing all this working together, he was happy.
The controversial Roach versus Davis fight, marked by disputed decisions and a surprising draw, has sparked widespread calls for a rematch. Fans, analysts, and fellow fighters are eager for a second bout to determine the superior boxer, making this rematch one of the most highly anticipated fights in boxing today.
Come on now. Trying to get it.
Boxing analyst Luke Thomas speculated that Gervonta "Tank" Davis might consider retiring after completing the final 3 fights in his contract, raising doubts about a potential rematch with Lamont Roach. This uncertainty has left fans wondering if they will ever see a second fight between the two.
I just hope that he can find peace, because he's got a lot of pain.
Many doubt whether Gervonta "Tank" Davis will go through with a rematch against Lamont Roach, especially with other lucrative fights available. Critics argue that he needs to prove himself against tougher opponents. Adding to the controversy, Davis claimed hair gel affected his performance, but his hairstylists later contradicted his excuse, stating his hair was done the day before the fight.
Straight up, I ain't sue nobody. Shut the F up. My team submitted an appeal on my behalf. What it looked like not having a team that don't pull that trigger on some that they know was wrong. They stood up for me. So all that lawsuit stuff, y'all can put to rest. He goes on to say, I'm not surprised about the decision by the New York State Athletic Commission, a little disappointed.
George Kambosos did not hold back when discussing Gervonta "Tank" Davis's recent fight against Lamont Roach, praising Roach for his skill and toughness. He was particularly impressed that Roach managed to shock Davis, a feat few fighters have accomplished.
You said, hopefully you can get the rematch with Lamont next, but everybody looks at you as the face of boxing and as somebody who calls the shots. Do you want that rematch next? And if so, how likely it is that we're to see that fight happen again this year?
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure.
Despite the controversy, Gervonta "Tank" Davis appears more determined than ever, with reports suggesting he has reconsidered retirement and is now focused on a rematch with Lamont Roach. Fans and analysts have noticed a shift in his mindset, as he seems eager to return to the ring and prove himself. His decision to pursue the rematch marks a significant change in his career plans, reinforcing his desire to reassert his dominance.
So everything is good with Calvin, good with Calvin, because it's the first time he's not the head trainer in a while.
Yeah, for sure. Calvin, again, I said Calvin's pop.
Before facing Lamont Roach in a rematch, Gervonta Tank Davis is reportedly planning to fight another opponent first. This decision has sparked mixed reactions, with some believing he wants to rebuild his confidence before the rematch, while others think he is avoiding a tough challenge.
Scored me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, damn, this guy like super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow, and I could have took advantage of. I think I was boxing too much in the beginning,